Hello, and thank you for tuning in to today's collective reading. I trust that if you're here, then this message has found you at the perfect time when you're ready to receive. So, I just want to jump into it. I pulled some oracle cards to connect to your energy, and I'm getting this feeling that, you have lifting the veil, questioning everything, anything unaligned must go, followed by Earth School, life lesson, soul growth, study, higher learning. And it just feels like you're going through a really major transformative you're going through a major life shift. Maybe the way that you were living your life is completely shifting. Maybe certain awarenesses, perhaps even a traumatic event, something shocking that happened in your life that is completely, like, I'm seeing lightning, woken you up to, and kind of turned your life upside down, so to speak. And yeah, so you're just seeing things a lot differently than you did before, and it's almost like things will never be the same. Like, they could never be the same. Now that you know what you know, you can't go back. You're seeing through the veil. The illusion is being lifted. Something that I'm also hearing you might be beating yourself up at this point. Or it feels easy to go into the shame of like, oh, I should have known better, or whatever. You should have, could have, would have yourself right now. And I'm hearing that while this is a big deal and your feelings are valid, to be graceful, to be compassionate with yourself, to give yourself grace, to move through this slowly, to be present in this moment, to allow yourself to feel all the grief, all the sensations, all the feelings in your body. It's completely valid. And allow yourself to be in that, to embrace all of the feelings, and to know that this is actually, this whole thing that's unraveling in front of you is happening for you on a bigger scale. This is something that your soul needed to know, to go through, to evolve, to take you to a new level in your life. Be gentle with yourself. Walk slowly, kindly, compassionately. Ask yourself what it is that you need right now in this moment. It feels like there may be a tendency to want to figure everything out in your head, want to have all the answers, know why things are the way that they are or what they mean. There's maybe an addiction to mental stimulation, which is understandable considering the world that we find ourselves living in collectively at the moment, with all of this information being bombarded into our space. And so it might be easy, or you might have this desire to pick it apart, to analyze it, to figure it out. And there's a time and there's a place. The mind doesn't hold the answers. The mind goes... There's actually this story that I want to share that I read in a Tom Brown Jr. book once. That's about... Basically, this man knows that there's a wizard that hangs out by the pond down the road from his house. And he's like really busy and he's got all of these things going on. And he just needs some help, and he wants to go find this wizard so this wizard can grant him the ability to get all of the things done, his never-ending to-do list done easier, and have more space for leisure and relaxation. So he goes and he finds this wizard, and the wizard knew he was coming. And he says, please grant my wish, wizard. And the wizard says, okay, I will, but you need to be careful. I'm going to give you, I'm probably butchering this, to be honest, but I'm going to give you access to this. He was like this little demon, and he will take care of all of your business, all of the work that you don't want to do, so you can go be who you want to be. And the guy's like, okay, great, yeah, give it to me. And he's like, well, you need to be careful, because this demon, if you don't give it something to do, he will consume you. He will eat you alive. And the guy's like, yeah, whatever. Just give me the demon. Like, I don't care. So he's like, okay, here you go. And it's this little tiny demon. He's kind of like, this is ridiculous. You really think like this thing is gonna harm me? And so he goes home and he immediately puts the demon to work, and he's like, please go make me, a 3-course meal. And then all of a sudden, like within, he barely sat down at the dinner table and the demon has the food prepared. And now he's like, what's next, master? And the guy's like, well, go build me a castle. And he thinks surely like that will take some time. And the demon comes back in the blink of an eye before he's even finished his meal, his first course. And the demon's like, what's next, master? And sure enough, across the hill is this giant mansion. And now the guy's getting a little nervous, because this little demon, the longer that he waits, the demon grows bigger and hungrier. And so he's growing bigger and bigger and bigger and more menacing and scary. And the guy's giving him all these tasks, and he is completing them within seconds. And he's growing bigger and hungrier, and now the man is terrified because this beast with 3 heads is screaming 1,000 screams in front of him and asking for something, for a task, and he can't think of anything else. He's already done it all. So the guy is terrified, and he runs back to the wizard, who's still there, knew he was coming back, and was like, I need help, like this demon is terrifying. And he says, pluck a hair off your head and ask the demon to straighten your hair. And so the guy's like desperate, like anything at this point. I don't care how ridiculous it sounds. So he plucks the hair off of his head, and the demon is waiting for him in the path back to his house. And he hands him the hair and says, straighten the hair. So the demon laughs and he straightens the hair, and then he lets go. And then it curls right back up. And the demon is like in disbelief. And so he keeps going, trying to straighten the hair, and it just keeps spiraling back and back. And so then he's like smaller, 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 until he's like a puny little demon again. And he's still trying to straighten the hair. And then he ends up trying to straighten the hair for the rest of eternity, and he can't do it. And this is like the demon is the mind in this case, in this story. The demon is, well, the mind, we have to give it an achievable task. Because when we give the mind the power, then the mind grows hungry, and it wants more and more and more and more and more, and it can never be satisfied. But when we give it an unattainable task, then it loses power. And to me, this is like staying open, staying curious. When we go to the mind and ask it to come to a conclusion, a result, an answer, then it is never satisfied. It is never hungry. It always has to search. It always has to strive for more and more and more. Well, when we come to the curiosity, to a question, when we ask a question that it can't answer, to use it as a tool for questioning, then we stay open. And so right now it might feel like it's really easy to draw all these conclusions, to cave in on yourself, to feel defeated. I feel this like slumping over energy, this defeat. And your spirit team is here to remind you. And actually, I feel the hummingbird came through, and literally just a minute ago there was a hummingbird that came up to the screen over there. So this feels really relevant, but your hummingbirds to me always remind me of our loved ones who have passed over. So perhaps you have some loved ones that are on the other side and they're coming through. Your spirit team is coming through to reassure you that this is not the end, that there is much more to the situation. There's more layers going on than what you can perceive and understand. And they are here, whether you can feel them or not. They are here and they are sending you messages and they're supporting you and they're holding you and they're reminding you that it's not the end, and that there's the blessing that's going to come from this whole experience is going to be much bigger than you could ever fathom, ever imagine. And you don't have to have it all figured out. You don't have to figure out these big, giant life decisions. It might feel like you need to know because it feels dire. It feels urgent. But they're like little tiny, like just focus on whatever you can do to bring yourself back into this moment. Even if it means literally just like grabbing your own hand and caressing your hand, or feeling into the sensation of the seat beneath you, feeling the textures all around you, bringing yourself really back into the sensory moment, just focusing on your breath and remembering that, rooting yourself here right now, and that in this very present moment you have everything that you need, and just to take it as slow as humanly possible. I mean, like, go get yourself a warm cup of tea and go sit. And there's nothing that you need to do except for to be present and to hold yourself through this moment, and everything else will follow. Instead of blowing it up into this really big thing. Because I think sometimes when big things happen that shock us and kind of take us out of this moment, and it can be easy to make the stories that we forget that it's these little tiny micro milliseconds that are really making the bigger picture. So you don't have to have it all figured out like 10 steps ahead. You need to be right here in this one step in front of the other. And as you sit with yourself, as you kind of come to, it almost feels like you were in a dream. You were in a dream, you were in a haze, and you're waking up to this dream, and you're starting to, your vision was blurry, and now you're starting to see more clearly. And the longer you just sit with yourself, let yourself wake up. You don't need to jolt yourself. You might have felt jolted awake in some respect, but just give yourself some time and the vision will become clearer and clearer and clearer. I'm hearing that this was intentionally here to strengthen your discernment. And we have the owl spirit and the spider spirit, and these two animal spirits are with you, watching over you. And the owl, going back to that discernment, strengthening your discernment and your intuition. The owl's like intuition and wisdom. Strengthening your connection with the spider, strengthening your ability to listen to yourself. Because I think that you knew, even though this feels shocking and kind of just like, oh my God, at the moment, you knew on some level, and maybe that's also why you feel like you want to beat yourself up, because it's like, oh my God, like I saw this coming. Why was I so stupid? Or why did I? And it's like, no, this had to happen this way so that you would actually learn to trust your intuition much deeper. Because this whole scenario, whatever's going on in your life, this circumstance, whatever you become aware of, has been divinely orchestrated in order for you to deepen your intuition, to wake up to your gifts. Because I feel that you're very psychically attuned. You're very tuned in and tapped into the energy. And maybe you felt this on some level or been conscious of this on some level, but still weren't quite trusting yourself. And this is here to help you trust and see that you can listen to that little voice. And when you listen to that little voice, it will not steer you wrong. You can trust yourself. And now I want to tap into the tarot. Spirit, what does this collective need to know right now? Ooh. Ooh. Yeah, the Ace of Wands and the Star. So, even more just confirming this, that this scenario, this circumstance just lit a fire under your ass, like just like lit you up, like woke up your mind, your body, your being, your essence to a whole new reality that you knew was possible but didn't think that it was within your grasp. Like, this might feel hard at the moment, but it's waking you up. Like, it woke you up. And then the Star, again, just confirming the connection. This is waking you up to your potential, to your highest potential. Like, you are connected to the earth, to the cosmos. You're finding that within your heart. You're learning how to listen to your inner guidance, which does not come outside of you. Like, you are connected to all of it within you. And you're learning to listen to that. Okay, Spirit, what? Tell me more about this circumstance that collective is facing right now. Tell me more about this circumstance that collective is currently facing. Okay, Ace of Pentacles in reverse. Tell me more about this. Jeez. Jeez. Okay. So I see Knight of Swords, Knight of Wands, Ace of Pentacles in reverse. Yeah, maybe this is like something about, I don't know why, but I'm getting some like relationship vibes. I've been kind of picking up on relationship vibes this whole time. Like, there's something about a relationship, possibly even the potential of this, like, you had a relationship with someone and you really felt like this was going to be a new life for you, which it is, just not in the way that you thought. This has propelled you and been a catalyst for this new life. It's really actually put it into motion. The Knight of Swords, like, you have to go. And the Knight of Wands, and celebrate yourself, your strength. Like, this is pulling your strength out of you. This relationship could have been, yeah, it might have looked to be like this fairy tale dream that you had always imagined, and perhaps it just kind of imploded. You became aware of something that shifted the whole dynamic, and now it will never be the same. And now it's causing you to change direction. For some reason, I'm seeing scales, like perhaps this relationship on some deeper level felt like it was conflicting to the life that you want to live, but you were ignoring that. Like there was a misplacement of value. Your values didn't line up with this person. And yeah, you were ignoring that. And there was a deeper part of you that is desiring something else of your life. But there was almost this energy of like settling because this is good enough, because this feels good enough, because I feel this fire and this chemistry and this energy between the two of us. And I want to explore that. But you knew it was off. And now you're being asked to go forward with that dream. To know that what you want is enough. It doesn't have to be anything more. Like just because like you desire this type of life for yourself, and that's enough. You don't have to have all these lists of reasons why you want this thing or validating why this dream. No, you had this dream for a reason. You want to go this way in your life. And Spirit is saying, go for it. Like, do it. This is a blessing because it's helping you come back to yourself, to seeing yourself, to not needing this external validation to repel you forward, or to, to look to someone else for which way to go, what to do, what makes you a valuable person. You have to find that value within. And you're doing that. You are on your way to finding your value. As much as it might hurt, 5 of Cups on the back of the deck, it might feel really disappointing. And that's okay. And like I was saying earlier, you can be there and you should be there. You should let yourself be there, but don't stay there. Don't dwell there. Let yourself feel the feelings without any judgment and fucking let it out. Like, let it go and remember. Remember your dream and remember who the fuck you are and how powerful you are. And that even if it sounds ridiculous, even if it sounds scary, even if you don't, it's kind of just like, I don't know if I could actually do this. I don't know if I'm cut out for this. And like Spirit is saying, like, no, you are cut out for this. This is like, it's not just some like egoic fantasy. No, this is what you fucking signed up for. This is what you're here for. This is your mission. And it's happening. Like, you're doing it, and you don't need to feel bad or guilty about that. And it may feel really rocky right now, but yeah, I fully believe that you are much stronger than you give yourself credit for. You have a whole well of strength within you. And I want to know, yeah, you're tapped in. The High Priestess. There's more to this situation, which has not revealed itself yet. It might look a particular way, but that's an illusion. That's just trickster energy big time. Don't believe everything you see. Stay here, centered with yourself, And trust. Trust that you are exactly where you need to be and that this is so much bigger. And I keep saying that. I'm going to keep saying it because it feels very true. I want to know what else does collective need to know? Nine of Swords. Yeah. There's definitely grieving. She's grieving. And I'm feeling really drawn to the bed. Behind it's kind of like just an outline of this bed, which again kind of feels like this intimate relationship, grieving this intimate relationship and what it used to be or what you thought it was going to be. And also, I've never really read this card this way before, but this feels relevant. All the birds, all the crows up here are fully formed, and then there's this white, almost transparent one, like the bed. It feels like you're in the middle of alchemizing these painful thoughts and memories. So like they might feel really dense right now because they're in this 3D reality, but they're transforming. They're becoming translucent. So as you're sitting with yourself, grieving this change, these this perceived loss, it's losing density. So you have to let it go. You have to sit with yourself so that it can move and it transform. Oh, yep. And Knight of Pentacles. Moving on in your physical reality, and you're gonna be stronger and better for it, and more confident and more aligned, and just like walking into a much better reality that you can't even imagine. Like this, like it feels like, yeah, it just feels really cool. It feels really, really big. But I also don't want, oh yeah, dude, okay, Knight of Cups. Knight of Cups. You're walking to the Knight of Cups, then this new, whether this is, it always starts with our relationship with ourself, right? So this deeper intimacy that you're creating with yourself is going to lead you to a relationship that is way more suited to you. Just want to point out also that all of the knights are on the table with us. Every single one of these knights, every suit of these knights is on the table with us. And they are telling you that you have got the strength within you. And that you are being led exactly to the relationship, the most loving relationship. And maybe you don't even want to think about that right now, but with yourself, first and foremost. Learning to love to be with you. You are the knight in shining armor. You are the person you've always dreamed of. It's right there, right in front of you, right within you. You have never had to go outside of yourself for that. And this was just a moment and just a reminder for you to come back to you. And literally, like, you don't need to do anything crazy. No, don't need to figure out in this moment what you need to do next or how it's all going to work out. That will be revealed step by step. And you just have to be here with yourself in this moment, holding yourself with each and every emotion and sensation that arises within you. Ask yourself, what do I need right now? Keep asking yourself, keep going back to that. What do I need right now? And listen. Don't try to answer it in the mind. Listen to your body. What do I need right now? And you will find out, and you know. You know exactly what it is, you know exactly what you need. And you can trust that. This situation has shown you, and is showing you currently, and will continue to unfold, the depth of your awareness and your intuition, and how much you can trust yourself and you can trust your body. You can come back to your body. You can remember that that is your true home. That your body has got you. You can trust it. And that's, yeah, I feel like I want to leave it there. And I just want to say that this might feel really hard. Probably feels really hard. And yeah, and that's okay. And it's okay for it to feel hard. And I feel your strength and your courage. And I know and I trust that you're going to be way better off. So just let this be a reminder that you're doing great, and you can get through this, and you will get through this, and you'll be really fucking glad that you did, and that you stayed with yourself and you didn't abandon yourself. So props to you. And yeah, just sending you so much love, wrapping you in a big hug of love, and until next time.